Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Phoenix Point. I was just looking through the menus here trying to make sure I was up on everything, and I noticed, I don't know if this advanced mutation technology was here before and I just forgot to click on it, or if this is something that the disciples have finished since the last time we looked at the tech menu. But we have a shared research available here, so it feels like we ought to press the button. Multiple new mutations have been developed, allowing humans to become faster, more agile, and have the power to stun enemies in battle. These new procedures are now available at the Mutation Laboratory, which is a thing that we're going to have to make. What's going on with the building in Base 2? Hold on, how do we... Here we go. Okay, we're building a living quarters, we're building a medical bay. We're still pretty safe on power consumption. There are some things that we could stand to have that we do not currently have. There's no room for a mutation lab at the other base, so I guess let's put this together. I would like to have one of these things. And then also... Geez, I don't know what else. Maybe a training facility would be good to have? Because we're probably going to be leaving people sitting in the bases to some... Like, you know, we wanted one of these in the other base, and we didn't really have room for it. But we're going to be leaving people sitting in the bases some of the time, at least. And it's not like this is super expensive. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Okay, lots of stuff is building, as quickly as we can make it build. So, we still have to deal with this Pandoran lair. We gotta figure out a way of pushing back the mist. What else was I gonna... I feel like there was something else that was pressing. We do not really want to sabotage a Sanhedrian haven. Maybe we should just go ahead and sabotage one of these factories, though. We need to push them up to 50%, right? It's a little worrying how tough it is to keep multiple people happy, but I think we might be able to do 2 of them, just not also New Jericho. Well, I mean, you know what would really help, probably, is if we took out this nest. Or this lair. So I guess maybe that ought to be our priority. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Okay, let's, where's the Manticore right now? I guess let's pick up a couple more of these things. There is a special recruit available here. Okay, it's just another priest. We probably don't need another priest. Let's go ahead and explore these. And then we will we'll head home and repair things. And no hostile forces have been sighted as our transport flew over, but we should be cautious all the same. There are probably resources and supplies we can find here and use. And indeed, there were. That's a lot of materials. Yeah, with this nice cluster of question marks that we will scout out here. While we build many, many more important things. Is that a guy that we already have one of? Hold on a second. I don't remember all the symbols. Is that the engineer with the sentry guns? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay. I don't think we need another one of these. I honestly don't think the one we have is very good for us just yet. Probably partially because we don't have the kinds of equipment that he wants to use.
Construction complete.
Our operatives have arrived at a new Jericho haven called Fort Freya. It looks like the people here are in mourning after a recent conflict with another human faction left many dead. Commander Lopez blames Sanhedrian, but it's not entirely clear what actually happened. Apparently, there was a firefight near one of the gates in the middle of the night, and figures who seemed to be wearing Sanhedrian armor stole several crates of supplies. Several New Jericho soldiers died in the raid, including the commander's nephew. I'm gonna call up Sanhedrian about this. I don't know. The game's saying, like, seemed to be wearing Sanhedrian armor enough that it makes me wonder if perhaps there is a story going on here. Sanhedrian's representatives assure us that they had nothing to do with what happened. The culprits may have been raiders with Sanhedrian equipment. A shipment of armor was hijacked recently. This information seems to change Commander Lopez's mind, at least to the point where he's no longer certain. Okay. All positives all around. That's probably a goodish thing. They do have a factory here, but raiding a factory is probably not the same as sabotaging it. And you know what? If we can continue to push their support up without actually pissing off New Jericho, we probably should do that. Not because I'm afraid of New Jericho or anything, but just because we have enough problems. I might be veering off course a little bit, and there's an awful lot of exploration we could do down here. Oops, that's not what I want. Just explore. I'm probably a little bit too afraid of that lair. Yeah, alright, let's not go any further south. Let's go ahead and check out this stuff in northern Africa, then go back home and rest up, and then we're doing that lair. We're gonna have to do it at some point. The Manticore 1 has landed less than a kilometer away from a huge fire. It looks like an entire abandoned village is burning. A few buildings at the edge of the blaze could still be searched, although it's risky. Yeah, let's do it. I'm sure we'll take some damage here, but... The buildings are overgrown with some kind of mutated lichen that smells intensely of sulfur. It reacts explosively to fire. Our operatives retrieve as many resources as possible before the fire gets too close. Honestly, not really that good of a payout, especially for something that did damage to us.
Haven is under attack.
Dorothy Adams. Oof. Well, that's probably not savable, huh? Given the distance and everything? The distance and the lateness of the warning. They didn't tell us until it was 3/4 of the way. Yeah, geez, attacking force points 26. We gotta take out that citadel. Alright, I'm gonna ignore it. Sorry, guys, but, like, it's just not feasible for me to do anything about it. Okay, threat level medium. Let's make sure everybody's actually got ammo. You're fine. You big baby. Whining about not having bullets. The Alchemist is also fine, and Lise is also fine. It's 4 shots, and then we have to do a reload. That's not a big deal. We'll be alright. Okay, do we want to spend any points or anything? You didn't get your level. Okay, yeah, everybody's as good as they're getting. Let's get in here and rescue some equipment. Listen, I suppose we could start rescuing people for a change, but I don't see how that makes me richer. So I can't remember if we've seen one of these where the threat level was described as medium. We've certainly done a lot of these where the threat was low. I guess we'll just have to be careful. And we don't exactly have our A-team here, so if we run into something really scary, I mean, we should not be afraid to bail, is my thinking here. I'm going to try to remind myself it is okay to run away. The better part of discretion, or the better part of valor is discretion, and the better part of discretion is fleeing. But then again, the Scarab solves a lot of problems. Alright, so we do see one enemy already. He's just a normal crabman. Just a normal, everyday, monster, alien crabman. Not alien in the sense of, like, outer space, but alien, you know, like, that word has a lot of meanings. I'm just gonna... Right? Why not? He was alerted by this. Those shots look a little wide. Never mind. I should just keep my mouth shut. You know what you're doing. You guys are professionals. Cody is not going to be able to interact with that guy, probably. Oh, well, actually, it says I might be able to hit him. I'm going to have a shot, at least. It's not going to be a good shot. Oh, we see something else. It's a mind fragger. Well, that's a highish priority.
Let's do this.
That said, at this distance, I mean, like, what are the odds, right? Bad. Bad is how the odds are. I'm gonna go for this shot instead. We get to do it twice, you know? This might work out.
Couldn't connect the shot.
I'm just trying to get XP on the people who need it most. Alright, you are going to run over to... somewhere. I guess here, because you actually don't have a ton of options.
Right there.
And put down a sentry. Deploy turret. The turret doesn't even get to do anything this turn. The turrets honestly just don't seem useful at all. They must be very powerful.
Confirming target.
And I know I want to get XP on other people and everything, but it does not seem to me that it is worth it to mess around with a mind fragger. So, his launcher arm is still there. It's the one arm that still works. But we don't have any points left, so guess we're done. He's not going to be able to run all the way over to us and fire a grenade this turn, I don't think. Okay, we found all the enemies. And he's bleeding pretty badly, right? What are we looking at in terms of HP here? Okay, 30. He's dead. He is already dead. Well... I moused over a symbol and made the camera move. My inclination is to do something like this. Just like drop a rocket on this roof. But I guess that's materials. Of all the things we might not want to destroy. So maybe we do this. Just try to knock this guy down so he's a little easier for everybody else to shoot. I don't know why I thought that would not destroy the floor underneath the materials barrel. Of course it did. Like obviously. Of course it did. Well, we could take 4 of these shots, or we could move up to here and take 3 of these. That's probably a little better.
Moving now.
Let's try like right here. Oh, we see a new one. Way over there. I'm shocked that you could see him. In fact, you can't see him. Oh, is this like... I think there's a little hole in the wall right there.
Targeting.
Hold on a second. Nope, I have no idea. No idea how he was able to see him. Well, this is still pretty bad. Could move another action point up, I suppose. I really want to get... What's going on? Oh, my camera is oriented the wrong way is what's going on. That's why it didn't look the way I expected it to look. I really want to be able to get kills on her. Hold on, let's have the turret do a thing. Can the turret see any of these guys? Requirements have not been met. No. No, not really. So I guess it's on Lise to set up the other dude. So obviously we gotta get kills here. And you will bleed to death. We don't need to attack you. Cannot actually see the dangerous enemy from where she is. Or the enemy that needs to die anyway. Would you actually maybe move forward a little bit so you're not in the way so much? Actually, move over here.
Here.
Ready for action.
Lise just needs... Lise needs to take a quick aim sniper rifle shot followed by a quick aim assault rifle shot, I think. Right, that should work. A 2 and a 1. And that other guy way off to the right in the building is just gonna get to live. Not much that can be done about it. That's the pincer. There's the launcher. Let's take that offline. And then we'll quick aim again, switch guns, and give him a burst. Matter where particularly? Yeah, this makes the most sense. Or make it so like the head and the leg is all that can get hit. Was that bleed to death damage? It looks like the answer is no. Yeah, the answer is no. So that thing could still spit poison at us. This looks like a job for Cody. Run all the way up to here and have 2 shots. Alright, Cody, I believe in you. You just gotta hit either one of these. Come on. Just focus for a second. There's no button that makes me focus for a second. I take a deep breath. There we go. Kill for Cody. Minus will points for everybody else. We should probably make sure we're moving closer with Cody all the time. And then you can... It is a little frustrating that we can't lay down the turrets diagonally adjacent to our stopping points. I guess this isn't too bad. Okay, so 2 enemies bleed to death, and then this one... Yeah, just shoots at some materials, which is annoying. I sure would like those materials. Okay, the turrets have... Jesus. The turrets don't get to shoot the turn you lay them down, but they do have return fire. That's actually useful. That immediately makes that class way better than I thought it was.
All I need is a clear shot.
You don't have the will to go for another quick aims. Let's just, do this. Okay, I think we are in the clear as far as these enemies go. I also think there's a real good chance that there's at least one mind fragger still running around.
Moving to position.
There's also a real good chance this is not going to work. Cody needs to spend some time on the shooting range is all. Apparently I can't... So you can't manually fire... Huh, why can't I manually... We were able to go into free aim with the turret before, weren't we? Thought so. That was what I was planning on doing here to finish this off. As it is, that guy has got 8 HP. Our alchemist needs to carry a personal defense weapon so that he can actually shoot at stuff. And we can just finish it off with the tank. It's not a big deal. I don't want to let it have a turn, because it still has the launcher arm, right? Do we disable... Oh no, that was the arm that we took off. Okay, never mind. In that case, we don't have to stress about it. You can go and deploy a turret. What fun. And honestly, the Scarab just, like, rolls over here, and not seeing any new units doesn't do anything? Not sure if I want to give it the kill. Because we could definitely, it'll bleed down to 8, and then we could take the kill on whoever we want next turn. At the risk of maybe taking some extra damage here. We're just going to hide indoors. Okay. Not a big deal. Is he in a position... Nope, it would take me 4 movement. I was going to say, is he in a position where I could run up and just bash him one? You know what we could do? Is try to shoot a hole in the wall. Approximately where we know him to be. And then just have the pistol bullets go through there. He is right near this out. Okay. I'm just curious if this will work, mostly. He's right there. Wow, that's a hell of a sniper bullet. Alright, Cody, get him. And if this doesn't work, we will absolutely just shoot rockets at him.
Acquiring target.
There we go. Solid contribution. What was that, one kill in 6 bullets or something? No, sorry, 2 kills. 2 kills. Yeah, look at that. Out XPing Magnus by a considerable amount. It seems like the damage is probably, or the XP gain is probably based on damage dealt rather than actual kills, but that still makes it correct to try to hunt for damage with Crypto. Seems like Berserker is sort of our hard carry. A real soft early game, but things will get good. We will get there. Alright, so we got a med kit, 400 materials, and some magazines for weapons. One more thing.
The disciples of Anu Haven is under attack.
Bad Tibira. Do we know where that is? Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought I remembered that not being all that far away. Attacking force points 26. We probably have time to get to that. That's not that far away.
Research complete.
Okay, we researched Pandoran evolution. Out of curiosity, nothing new. Mutagen harvesting seems like a good thing to have. We're going to need mutagens for our mutations. We should check the sewer. I heard there's this green ooze down there.
Complete.
Alright, so attacking strength 18, defending strength 2. So I guess the attacking and defending strength points reduce each other over time. Threat level is described as extreme. That's certainly concerning. You may as well re-ammo here, and then... Yeah, of course, close quarters evade. Absolutely no reason not to take it. There's nothing I can take on you that will improve your aim, unfortunately, and I think I'm just going to save soldier skill points for when we get to have a secondary class next level up. And then Lise has pushed up to 6. Disabling a body part also removes that body part's armor. That's a weird... Why would you care about that? Once the body part's disabled, you don't necessarily want to be shooting there anyway. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what this says. But it sure looks like it doesn't do anything. Rally the troops is great. We'll definitely rally the troops. And then... I just hold off? Rapid clearance is great, and mark for death is also great. There's going to be a lot of skill points spent in the near future. I don't know really what else I need for you. I guess, actually, more will points would be cool. Because Lise has a lot of powerful ways to spend will points. Let's do that. May as well. Okay, again, don't be afraid to withdraw. This is our first extreme difficulty mission. It might be the case that we have to run away. Extreme difficulty could mean a huge variety of things. It might be the case that we're facing some new, more difficult enemies. It might be the case that we're just facing a large number of enemies. It might be the case that the difficulty rankings are relative to what it thinks the strength of your team is, so extreme by itself doesn't necessarily mean anything. It just thinks it means we're outmatched. I guess we'll find out. I'm a little worried about how dangerous the later aliens in the game might be, given that we've already so early seen things like the terrifying mind control siren, and I'm sure stuff gets a lot worse. What in the hell is that? That looks pretty extreme. A Scylla. It gives birth to mind fraggers. It has 1470 health. Shoots mist. It has a spitterhead, and it smashes for 100 damage, and... Okay. Well, that seems very bad to me. Really heavily armored. We don't see any other enemies, but, like, frankly, we don't have time for any other enemies. This is going to remove some of that armor, at least. Where's the evac? Okay, the evac's right next to us. Not saying we're definitely going to run and abandon the haven, but, like, there's a non-zero chance I'm going to run and abandon this haven. We are at least going to give it our all first. It's glowing. She's like, hey, Cap, maybe we should run. You're gonna double quick aim sniper rifle shots into this thing. We're gonna give it hell right away immediately. So some parts of it are a little less armored than they used to be, in theory, but I'm having a hard time finding them. And I guess it's just this leg. Goddamn, this thing has hit points. Okay. We don't have a grenade. Well, then I suppose I don't really have a lot of options here. Where's the okay, the head is relatively less armored, and actually, my shot is incredibly tight. We are going to hit the head. Then, we're gonna do the same thing again. It's a start, you know?
Ready.
I don't know if you're ready enough, though. Let's, back it up to here. Drop ourselves a turret. And then maybe, like, run away a little bit. Just in case, you know, we don't know exactly what's going to happen here. And you. Oh, that's right. You have armor break. I should have had you go first. I mean, it doesn't matter too much because we hit the head. But let's definitely armor break. Okay, that was weird. You need to step over to here.
Moving to position.
And then we do have the will points to do it again. And maybe just fire sort of centrally and see what happens. Legs and smashers are probably good to hit. Move range -3. Removing the smashers would be good. How many smashers did it have, though? How many of these limbs are smashers? It's 3 of them. Well. Yeah, let's try it. Shoot right... Well, if I shoot right here, we're basically guaranteed to hit. I think that's what has to... We have to basically just shoot where we're guaranteed to make contact. Do damage... Do armor damage wherever we do armor damage, and then least can hit the vulnerable areas for more. In fact, we probably want to be trying to hit different parts. I hit the damn building with that tiny part of my reticle that was on the building, just like the tiny, tiny little part. It almost doesn't even feel worth shooting again. But only almost. No, I should probably run. I'm worried that the smasher attack might be an AoE. I have some movement left after I shoot. One more time. 4 damage. You got him.
Hope I can find cover.
Yeah, there's not a lot of cover to be had, unfortunately. Again, just trying to limit my exposure to a potential AoE smash. This is a big problem. Okay, walking over explosives. That was nice of you. Is this a mist launch? Okay. We've been misted. And then it turns away from us to be less shootable? Or no, to do a birth. Okay. Also, other stuff's happening. What in the hell is that? They have a mortar. And there's a... We gotta leave. We gotta leave. Also, there's a siren. Oh. Mind control has occurred. Wait, it can do multiple mind controls a turn? Nice work, turret. We have to make it possible to leave. Which I think means this thing has to die. It's right next to a bunch of explosives, so I'm hoping that that's going to help. And who's left? Oh, the guy who can't shoot. Boy, what do we do? Am I allowed to run the siren over? No. I didn't have any idea that it was going to be even remotely possible for the siren to come out of nowhere. Put down all the turrets? The siren to come out of nowhere and mind control 2 people, you know, without ever having been visible at any point. I think we're not joking. This is threat level extreme. What do I do? Oh. Okay, the dog is losing her mind in the other room. Sorry about that. That was super loud in here. I hope it wasn't quite as loud on the mic. Yeah, we don't really get to do a lot here. We might just lose a team. Hey, it's the mist. I'll say this, for as big and terrifying as this thing is, it's not spending a lot of time attacking us directly, which I really appreciate. Well, I sure wish that any other member of the team had been not mind-controlled. You're med-kitting the siren, you monster. Okay, and there's that. That should trigger the turrets, I would think, but the mist is maybe a problem. Okay. Well, the good news is, the very limited good news, is that the siren is not going to be able to hide from the tank. The tank can just drive through her cover. Okay, thank you, turret. So the mist does not, in fact, stop the turrets from having their actions. They put the siren down. Okay, I've come 100% all the way around on the turret character. So are you... No, wait, hold on. Info. You are frenzied. You are not still mind-controlled. It looks like. Maybe. Yeah, but okay. But because you were mind-controlled... I guess the turrets take actions at the beginning of our turn, not during the enemy turn. So because you were mind-controlled at the beginning of our turn, I don't get to take any actions with you, and that's true for all of our soldiers. That's pretty rough. Well, I mean, we gotta take out this guy, right? He's a shield guy, though, not a launcher guy. It's not like he's exactly terrifying. There's no way we could just shoot at where the mortar fire is coming from, right? We don't actually need line of sight. I think I'm gonna do that. And whatever it is, it's not gonna die. But it has to stop shooting at us. Yeah, we have to at least start the process of killing it. So let's do that. Yeah, I'm all in on the turret character now. So I'm very pro turret character. Okay. We don't get to know what the result of that was, but I think it looks like it was good. I'm gonna have you drive further away from the characters, just try to like draw off fire. Hey look, civilians. Remember when I thought we might be attempting to save civilians at some point during this mission? Okay. Doing some damage to itself walking through explosives. Okay, so sometimes the turrets do return fire, and then if they didn't return fire, they just get to shoot at the beginning of our turn, is maybe how they work. They're doing great stuff here. Frankly, if that character had been anything other than the turret class, we'd probably be in a lot worse trouble than we are. Right? Those turrets are saving our lives. Okay, so that's what the mortar thing is. It's some kind of giant mortar bug. It has done a considerable amount of damage to their queen, but also to one of my characters. I wonder what our medkit situation is now. I think Lise had 2, so should still have 1. Scarab is starting to take kind of a lot of damage here. Also, it got shot in the back by the turrets a little bit. Is it Cody? No, it's the turret guy who is mind-controlled. Who is fragged. That's good, because Cody is the one who is probably best suited to dealing with that. Cody, you should get closer. You should maybe make this completely unmissable. Hold on a second. What? We can see this thing now. Oh, Jesus, it still has 1,000,000 health. Explosive bomb, abdomen. It also has a stomp attack affecting a 10-tile radius with chance to shock. And its abdomen is in great health. But it's pretty messed up in other places. So, like, I think the way you would probably ordinarily want to deal with this thing is by denying it line of sight to your units, which we can't do because it's getting its line of sight from Scylla. I've totally forgotten its name already. I really legitimately am not sure what the best thing to do is here. Well, let's start with this. I think this is right. We kill the Mindfragger. I know there's going to be a new one every single turn.
I need an angle.
But don't shoot Magnus. Shoot, yeah, this guy.
Enemy down. I think.
Okay, good work. We don't get Magnus back. Magnus does not have actions this turn. Now, I need you to do stuff. I mean, I think the stuff you do needs to be something like this. But you can't. Oh, you're underneath a roof. I think this is more important than continuing to shoot at the Scylla. Scylla's not actually doing that much damage. I just panicked because it was large. Okay, we've disabled a huge number of its body parts. It's bleeding for 40 damage. Has 300 health remaining. I assume that it has unlimited ammunition, because it's firing a biological projectile. Lise has no will points, so we can't take advantage of any of our standard trickery. I'm really not sure what the right thing to do is here.
Ready-ish.
Also, I thought somebody was all messed up.
I'm ready.
Maybe the paper doll I saw that was all messed up was the enemy.
No choice but to keep going.
Yeah, because to be perfectly honest, like we're in remarkably good health. All right, so we want to separate a little bit. Try not to give the bomb abdomen guy free multi-hits on everything all the time. It seems like his accuracy is pretty poor, which is definitely helpful. So I can move to here and I can still have 2 shots. I think we gotta take it. So I mean, he's over there. Technically I could shoot at him, but this isn't gonna work. So we gotta find the parts of Scylla that have been most de-armored. Almost got the head. That'll remove its ability to goo stream, which is a thing we haven't seen happen yet, but looks like it's made a poison. It's a poison attack, which I don't really want to be hit by. Yeah, let's try to hit the head a bunch. We have 2 action points left. I think this would be enough to knock it. If we hit with both, I think it's enough to knock it out. Oh no, okay, 1 was enough. It's kind of hard to tell because they use that like sort of like a chevron shape to represent damage. I wish it was just I wish it was just a rectangle, you know, so it's more obvious where the left edge of it is. We can start working the legs. One of these legs is pretty unarmored, and it just happens to be the close one. Or we could try to get there is a little bit of torso visible, and the torso is completely unarmored, so that'll go straight through to hit points. We're not gonna, like, the abdomen has very slightly less health than the thing as a whole. We're not gonna get anything done there. I'm just gonna shoot for the abdomen. Let's try to do actual damage to it. I hit one of the still armored legs, unfortunately. And then we back off the maximum amount.
Position.
You are out of ammo and cannot reload. I don't know what to do with you. You're in standby. Alright, so the best thing for us would be if Lise could find a shot on the mortar. You gotta work that dude out. That's very important. Can't seem to find a location from which I can actually see him, though. And I mean, 2 action points is fine, right? We could just shoot him with the assault rifle. That looks like a pretty bad shot, probably, but we gotta start working on him. Don't have any will points. There's no dashing or anything in my future. Yeah, let's just do this. Oh, there's that Mindfragger. You know what? It would be cool if the Mindfragger died now, because that would mean that we don't have to worry about him. We don't lose somebody before. Well, I guess losing the losing turret guy doesn't really do anything, though, right? Does he have? He doesn't even have any medkits. I guess he could run over to Lise and take medkits out of her backpack, though. I feel pretty certain that I will get him in assault rifle mode, because I'd like to shoot him with the assault rifle so that we can keep moving afterward. But this is not amazing. I need to hit 5 of the shots. I need to hit 4 of the shots to kill him at 110 health. I'm gonna try it. Okay. Least gets it done is the talk.
Looks dangerous.
We gotta get to a place where you can see the other dude, so that next turn you can make stuff happen. And then we could reload. Don't really need to. But your reload is free anyway. Yeah, we really, really don't need to. I guess we're done. Bleeding for 40 damage a turn. Helpful. It's also removing a lot of the obstructions between us and the mortar guy, which is helpful as well. I wonder how common these big, huge ones are going to be. Alright, time for more mind fraggers. What a gross series of animations that is. There's not really anywhere for you to go. You're at the edge of the map already. Just trying to make sure we can't get close to it to have a good shot. Okay, relatively minor damage. Most of it to the turrets. And the turrets are doing a good job of, like, shredding armor and stuff. Oh, Turret Man's dead. Feels a little unfair, because I didn't ever get to... I haven't gotten to take a turn with him in, like, an hour. What are you going to do? I can't shoot. Unit unable to perform action due to being psychically or physically incapacitated. It's true, you do seem to only have 2 action points. And also, a status effect that is even worse than only having 2 action points. You've been panicked. Unable to move for a turn while recovering will points. I guess, yeah, you've been sitting at 0 for a while. And in fact, that's the case for both of you. And I'm going to pull the Scarab back so it doesn't get destroyed by mortar fire, I guess. Actually, I wonder if it can rescue people. Awesome. Get in the vehicle. This is the safest thing for you. Please don't mind all of the debris. Get in the vehicle, sir. Okay, so we're down an operative. That's our first death in quite some time. But I'm hopeful, sort of, that we might have other people survive. This thing doesn't have all that many turns left, I don't think. Especially if he keeps walking around blowing stuff up. It's now bleeding for still 40 a turn. It took an additional disable there. I was hoping it was going to increase stuff. Oh my god. We're so close. Actually, it's dead, right? It's going to bleed out at the beginning of its turn, so. It is going to produce one final Mind Fragger, though. And we didn't yet kill the one that it spawned the last turn. Fortunately, both of our surviving people are pretty good at removing them. Also, I have to imagine that if the mortar thing successfully hits somebody who has a Mind Fragger on them, it probably destroys the Mind Fragger, right? Okay, lots of turrets shooting at the mortar guy, which is awesome. You're on standby mode? Still recovering? Okay. Well, yeah, you got mind fragged, of course. But yeah, I guess you're still in panic mode until you recover all of your will? I didn't realize that was how that worked. Okay, so you have 26 HP. You're dead. And you have 154 remaining, so you're close. You're almost dead. We don't actually even know if that's all of the people yet. I'm gonna drive up to here. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm just gonna stay over here. I'm done. I'm good. Well, we're going to that Jericho Haven. Wow, what are you doing? I guess we got lucky that we went to the place where all of the disciples of Anu fuel is stored. Okay, now I'm a little worried. The mission didn't end. Somewhere there's another alien. Alright, you exit the vehicle. And then evacuate. And then you exit the vehicle and then evacuate. We're keeping the tank around because we might need it to destroy cover. Okay, you're up at 5 action points. Somewhere there is a mind fragger, and I don't exactly remember where.
Be right there.
I mean, there's a sound indicator over here. I'm hoping that that's faithful. And hopefully killing this guy will actually end the mission. Okay. Well, we made it, most of us. Magnus died bravely, absolutely 100% for certain, saving the mission. We definitely need another one of those guys. That would not have been remotely possible if he had been any other class, because those guns carried so very, very hard. We saw one of them earlier, and I was like, well, I don't even want one of those. Those guys are terrible. No, foolishness. Alright, so we got a couple more Redeemers. Excuse me. Marduk's Fist. We recovered our auto turrets, of course.
You'll be pleased to hear that you've received the blessing of the Shadowed Hierarch. What does that mean? Well, it's hard to say. He's a pretty elusive figure, but I know one thing about him. He doesn't care about dogma or symbolism. In some ways, he's a cynic, but that's why the Exalted keeps him around. Because if he supports something, it's because he thinks it's going to benefit us. Oh, I almost forgot. The Hierarch also sends a gift. Accepting it has great symbolic value to our people. It means you've accepted his blessing.
Oh, okay.
Good. Soon you'll be able to talk to the Synod of Yearning. But be careful. Our little trinity is not to be trifled with.
I do feel like I've willingly inducted myself into a cult a little bit. Also, I'm bummed out that Synedrian is so annoyed by the fact that I keep working with these people. Okay, it's down here was where we saw those dudes. There's one here, and is this a different guy, or... No, it's the same class. We're gonna go grab both of those dudes. Like, right now. And then we're going home. We desperately need to heal. Okay, so we could stop by Phoenix Point on the way and grab somebody. Whatever. Let's just go do some recruiting, and then we'll figure it all out later. Okay, research. We have new research available. We could autopsy the Chiron and get a ton of stuff. And the Scylla and even a greater ton of stuff. More tonnage of stuff. Also, we could reverse engineer those turrets. Honestly, we probably should, right? That's going to consume 2 of the turrets, but we should be able to build these. Because we might need more of them. Well, hold on. Let's see what happens with the hiring. Hold on. Do I actually have to be at the place to hire? Yes. Okay. Yeah, get over here. Give me this dude. That still leaves us with a huge amount of resources. We can steal their aircraft. I did not realize that was an option. That's why we can see where their aircraft are all the time, because you could do an early aircraft heist on somebody and get yourself a second aircraft really quickly like that, probably. That's actually a really interesting idea. Okay, there's a layer over here, which I'm not too happy about. Problem that's going to have to be solved. Maybe that layer is the one we'll take on first, and then we'll come over here and save this one. Yeah, maybe. Alright, let's make sure everybody's doing important stuff. So all of the things are completed here. We now have a containment facility so we can go ahead and get ourselves an alien. Here, we still have building happening. What else might we need here? So we do still have resources. We have plenty of food production, thanks to the fungus fields. We have a medical bay. We probably don't need a second one here. We're over halfway full on our storage. I suppose we could use another storage space. And then more research labs? I think more research labs might be the thing. We have plenty of living space for people. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, personnel, new guys. Okay, they did come equipped with their own watchers. Also, with an insufficient amount of strength to actually operate the equipment that they have. Do we have any, I guess this is the armor they can wear. You know, actually, I don't think the armor is class-specific in the sense that, like, it's not that you can't wear other stuff. So we could try to find them some lighter armor. Are they both like this? Are they both under carry weight? Yeah, both exactly the same, in fact. Well, I should look at their training stuff, because they're going to have different personal lines, right? Farsighted, cautious, and eventually assault rifle proficiency. Man, one of these dudes with an assault rifle would be really cool, actually. And you have Bombardier, Self-Defense Specialist. You're already proficient. Well, you know what? They're not actually proficient with handguns by default. So that's useful. And Thief, which is kind of not. Doesn't seem great to me. We could just buy him some strength with our Phoenix points, but I think we probably want to hold on to those. Okay. Well, I don't think there's anything else that needs to be set up. We should probably have something else in manufacturing. What else do we need? Probably grenades, mostly. Yeah, give me like 6 grenades. We will find a use for them. And I guess with that, we're just gonna chill and let people heal? I don't think we want to... We don't want to send the Manticore out until the Scarab is repaired, probably. I suppose we could load 6 people onto the Scarab, onto the thing instead. Oh, we should level up Crypto as well. Do I want sniper rifle proficiency? If almost all your stuff is based on being close to people, probably not. You'll get assault rifle proficiency naturally. Man, what should we make you then? Hey, what about priest training? Would that be interesting? A priest berserker? Priest training gives you viral weapons, mind control stuff, of course, the ability to induce panic. Organic enemies within 15 tiles of a guy who likes to be up close are automatically revealed is kind of nice, actually. He wants to be in a good position for Mind Crush. I think we might make that guy a priest. Cody, are you feeling priestly? We could replace the handgun with a virus rifle. I think that sounds alright. It sounds weird, which is really the thing I'm responding to. I love it when stuff's weird. So, mind control is going to be a little tricky with your low will, but we can pump your will up. We're definitely going to pump your will up. So take one. Mind control is crazy powerful. Even if it does have a cost to maintain control, it just a turn or two of mind control could really change the game considerably. And induce panic. Panic's pretty powerful. I wish it included the costs of the abilities, because I'm sure this costs some will points, right, when you use it. But it doesn't. It not telling me how many is kind of a bummer. And we'll take it, and then we'll buy a single point of willpower for now. We'll get Cody in there, see how these abilities actually feel in combat, and then maybe use some Phoenix skill points to buy more willpower. Okay, nobody else needs a level up. So, if we were going to run a crew out to that lair, what would they be? It would definitely be Bave and Tiny. Pondus probably, because I want a sharpshooter, but Lise needs to... Well, Lise doesn't need to rest that much. We could chill while Lise rests and bring both of our sharpshooters. Both of our good sharpshooters. You know what? This is probably a thing that bears some consideration, and I will do some consideration off camera. This is an okay place for us to stop for today. I was feeling really good about things up to this episode. I was like, hey, maybe I should have put it on the highest difficulty. Maybe this is going to turn out to be too easy. Maybe we've already outscaled the enemies. I don't feel that way anymore. Come back next time, tomorrow, to see just how much worse things can get. And we'll see you then.